Okay, so to clarify why the apple was forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden is because, okay, so my gifts, my ability to transmute energy into food and to process my food and help my body heal is a reptilian trait. It comes from the reptiles, from where I was consumed or where I was consummated in. The environment I was created in was Louisiana. I'm from the swamplands of Louisiana. So my parents, if you eat from your local produce, or if you consume things that come from your environment, good morning, sir. Uh, you are what you eat. So essentially, this is how it goes. So our bodies, like divine beings, we are our facial features will shift and transform. Our bodies will actually transform into the the things we consume. Like if I eat beef, my body will get bigger, like bulkier. Like I will put on mass. Okay. If I eat vegetables, my body will become more organic and streamlined and natural. You know what I mean? There's less toxins and stuff in the organic foods, like not necessarily just organic labels, but like vegetables. So, but when even if you eat vegetables, even if you eat all vegetables, there's things that the vegetable consumes from the soil. Like say when the reptiles in Louisiana die, they go into the swamp and they pass away, they decay, their nutrients become part of the soil. The soil gets consumed, the nutrients get consumed through the soil by the plants. The plants in have DNA from the animals that were decaying and passing away. That's why we're not supposed to eat shellfish and stuff like that, because the things that die in the ocean go to the bottom and get fed on by the shellfish. So when you put those things into your body and then you procreate, when you procreate, the things that are in your seed are spliced with the DNA that comes from like whales and like blubbery animals that are big fat and like obese. You know what I mean? So then the child has the trace DNA samples from those things in the body. That's why pigs, right? You look back at the Muppets. You know, Jim Henson made the Muppets. Miss Piggy, Kermit the Frog, all that. Okay, see how Kermit was thin, right? Because he was a reptilian. So he transmutes energy. You know what I mean? That is the understanding. So when you eat pork, your body inherits the DNA from the pig. That's why Muslims do not eat pork whatsoever, because they know that swine is part of the toxic. And that dude just had like a chemical on him when he walked by me twice, trying to break my skin out. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was a chemical attack right there. Cool. But either way, we won't give him no attention. So getting back to the apple had elements from the earth. So when they ate those things, they were no longer pure. Their bodies were no longer pure. Like they were able to transmute light from the source, from the sun, and they were sun children, and they were perfect because they were created in the image of the God, the Creator. And then when they ate the apple, not only did they eat the apple, they ate everything the apple ate. So then when they did that, their body started to decay. You know, when you consume organic things, living things, they start to die. Those things die, they decay. So then you inside become part of that decaying process, and your vessel begins to decay. So that's why the apple was forbidden, and that's why God said, whenever you eat of this fruit, you must surely would die. That's why Jesus said, I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. You know, that goes to why these Hollywood people consume flesh and they drink blood, because they don't want to have anything of this world in their body when they procreate. So these things are why they drink blood, is to nourish their body and give them the nutrients they need to proceed through their day, but then they also don't want to contaminate their seed. So City of Angels, that's one of the secrets. Yeah, so